Okay, you probably clicked on this video because you already know who Jesse Pinkman is, but if you don't already know, I'll just explain it real quickly. So, Jesse Pinkman is a fictional character. The past, like basically, he's a fictional character from this like Netflix series called Breaking Bad. If you don't know what that is, just click away. This won't make much sense. Anyway, so basically, this character, he's like very, not like lazy, but he's like, okay, let's just say lazy for just the point of this video, right? He's very lazy, and I watched this series a few weeks back because I was like procrastinating a bunch, and yeah, and he had bought a house, right? And then he had like a lot of parties and stuff at this house, right? That's not what I'm trying to say that I've learned from him, right? But he had this robot cleaner, right? This robot vacuum cleaner, whatever, that just, and while everything was going on at this house, people jumping around, breaking stuff, and just spilling stuff on the ground, this like robot vacuum cleaner was just roaming around on the ground, and it was just like, it was just doing its thing. And I don't know why it was so like, not captivating to me, but it was like, you don't get told that this is not how you're supposed to do it, but it's kind of like all of these like limiting beliefs that tell you like, this is not how you're supposed to do it. You're not supposed to just like let it run while all of this stuff is going on, right? But it got me thinking like, damn, it's the obvious choice, like the obvious thing to say would be, you're not supposed to do it like this. But imagine how fucking smart it is for this robot vacuum cleaner to just be going around, for you to not care about, for you to not, if you've ever used like a robot vacuum cleaner, you've probably know that you have to set away everything, you have to put it up on the table, put it away for the robot cleaner to get like, to actually clean it. But I think I'm actually just gonna do exactly like Jesse Pinkman. When I move like away, like when I get my own like place, my own like house, apartment, whatever, I'm just gonna have like a robot cleaner. I'm just gonna let it do its thing. I'm not gonna give a fuck about it. I'm not gonna spend any energy, any time to put away things. I'm just gonna let it like, I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna try to care about it as little as possible. And it got me thinking, what more things could I like optimize or whatever for me to spend less time, less energy on a certain task, but where people would, where you immediately like off the bat you would be like, oh, you're not supposed to do it like this. I'm like, I would probably like get, you know, like these Venus skytraps or whatever, like these eating plants where they eat insects. I would just, at every single window I have, I would put like 1 or 2 of those at the window, so that when like animals or insects primarily, when they get, the only way for them to get into the house, apartment, whatever, would be through these windows, would be through these openings. So why would I not set these like eating, like these plants that eat these insects, why would I not just set them in front of the, like a bunch of them in front of the windows, so that when the insects come in, they would immediately go to this like Venus skytrap and get eaten, so that they wouldn't like actually get into the house, so that I can like filtrate the air, so that I can like, how do you say, like to just like open the windows and just let air through the place, right? That's one thing. And I was also thinking about like I shouldn't have wait, what was I thinking? Like there was a bunch of these things that doesn't make sense immediately. Oh, I would get like what's it called? A cooling what's it called? It basically just cools a room down. What's it called? It's called like okay, but it's basically just the all like my whole vocabulary is falling apart right now. It's basically just this like thing that you can place somewhere, and then it just cools everything down around it. So you can. It's not air conditioning, but it's something along those lines. So basically, in my country, no one has this for some reason. Like no one has like any form of cooling on a house. No form of like there's just zero forms of cooling down a house in my country for some reason. And it doesn't make sense for me because the summers get hot, like not extremely hot, but they get hot. It can like the summer temperatures can reach like about 30 degrees Celsius. And I can tell you that in my country that is very, very hot because I was in Morocco this summer, and the temperature down there was supposed to be like extremely hot, like 37 degrees, 35 degrees. But 35 degrees in Morocco was, I would say, probably about the same as like 22, 25 degrees here in my country, because the humidity in my country is extremely high. It's like almost always close to 100%. And down there in Morocco, it was so much lower. The air was so much, what's it called? It was so much more. It was so dry. Like the air was so dry, so the heat, you didn't feel the heat as much, because you probably already know that the water is very not heat resilient, but it attracts heat very, and it converts heat very easily, just like metal. So you can feel it when you jump into a pool, or you go out to the ocean or whatever. You can feel, because that water is supposed to be approximately the same degrees Celsius, Fahrenheit, or whatever as the air. So that way, if it, okay, I'm just going off of a rampage now, but what I'm trying to say from this is try to think outside the box. Just because someone thinks that you're not supposed to do something like that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it like that. All of these, like, yeah, I'm just trying to tell you that you should be like more open to trying, like, bro, just because you feel like you're not supposed to do something in a certain way doesn't mean that you don't have to do it in that certain way. For example, I have a football here in my room here. This is not my room, but yeah, I just play football like inside, and I don't know if you're supposed to do that or whatever, but yeah, I do that because it's fun, and I've basically removed everything that can break, so it's pretty much there's pretty much nothing that can break. Yeah. Anyway, I've basically just wasted your time for I don't know how long, maybe 8 minutes or something. So yeah, bro, go do the thing you've been procrastinating from doing today, and have a good rest of your day. See ya, bro.